Welcome back to another episode of B Heroes Cars. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. We have the Lexus GX460. We're going to see its cans and cants, its luxurious Lexus feel, and is this dinosaur still the luxury off-road vehicle it was? Now we're on the road with the GX460. We're here just on a light fire trail. It's nothing crazy, no crazy off-roading, but it does have some bumps in it. So we'll get to see how the suspension works and the engine and everything handles. Under the hood, we have a 4.6 liter naturally aspirated V8. It produces 301 horsepower and 329 pound-feet of torque. And I know what you're thinking, 300 horsepower in a vehicle of this size and this weight. And I'll tell you personally, I don't think it's enough. I do wish it had a little more power. Torque, 329 pound-feet of torque, that's not too bad. It'll definitely get you out of a sticky situation or get you to where you need to go right off the line. But the horsepower, I do wish there was some more horsepower in here. I will tell you though, something that Lexus and Toyota always does is reliability, reliability, reliability. Now it's a 4.6 liter V8, right? So it's a big boy, but it's not producing a lot of power. There's not super high compression. It's also port injection. It's not direct injection, which also makes it reliable. But it also eats up your fuel economy, right? Fuel economy in the GX is absolutely atrocious. It's 15 in the city and 18 on the highway. I can tell you right now, I'm definitely not getting that. I'll look right now. I'm averaging 12.7 miles per gallon. I mean, nowadays, especially the way fuel prices are going up, it just keeps going up and up and up. Now, this engine is mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. It's a very buttery automatic transmission. It's old school, and it just gets the job done. It doesn't have paddle shifters, not that you would want that on this car, but you can manually shift through the gears with the gear selector, so that's something that's kind of cool to me. Do I think it's necessary? No. Is it a nice feature to have? Yes. And even in certain situations when you're off the pavement, that could definitely come in handy. Another thing, one of the reasons why this is such a wanted vehicle is because it has a low speed transfer case. You have high 4, you have low 4, and you also have downhill ascent control. Now that'll come in handy when you're going down a really steep hill and you're either skeptical about it or you just want to use it for the convenience. Now this V8, for all you mechanical nerds, is the U-Series engine. Toyota makes only 2 V8s. They make a 4.6 liter and a 5.7 liter. This 4.6 liter is part of the U-Series. Now the U-Series is also the smaller engine option when you go and buy a Toyota Tundra. All around the vehicle, we have 18-inch wheels. It's a 265/60 18 tire, and that's the only wheel that Lexus offers. Personally, I would like a slightly bigger rim, but then I'm also saying that while I'm driving on a road like this. So I completely understand why Lexus would put a tire like that. Now, it'll definitely increase towing capacity, and it'll increase the capabilities you have when you're going off the beaten path. Another thing I'm noticing on this road, and I've also noticed it on the pavement, is the brakes. Now, a lot of other big SUVs on the market have really big brakes. For some reason, I feel like Toyota gave the GX small brakes. They're very squishy and pudgy, and they don't just stop on the dime when you want them to. Going around town, though, and if you're not doing harsh driving at all, I think you should be more than fine. Wow, we are getting into some major bumps here, and I'll tell you this, you could definitely feel the body on frame chassis doing its work. It's bending and turning everywhere we go. This is a very, very bumpy road, and you can definitely tell it's helping out a lot. Lexus also offers the kinetic dynamic suspension system, or here in the American market, it's known as KDSS. Now, to put it in simple terms, the way KDSS works is on the road, it'll keep the hydraulic pressure static. It'll keep it basically the same level all around. That's what keeps you nice and stable and comfortable, and it keeps the whole vehicle level. When you're off the road, it'll allow the hydraulic fluid to flow back and forth through the suspension system, which can then keep the car as planted on the ground as possible or level on the ground as possible. Regarding rear legroom, now in the GX, you can have a regular bench seat in the second row, or you can have captain's chairs. The model I'm in currently is equipped with the bench seat. Now, it offers 34.5 inches of rear leg space. It'll definitely be good for kids or anything that you want to put back there. Now, going all the way to the third row, it's super small back there. Unless you have 2-inch legs and are 2 inches tall, you might not be the most comfortable. In the luxury tier, they do offer power folding third row. In the premium tier that I'm in now, it's not power folding, so you have to do it manually, which is fine. I mean, I don't know if you want to call it an inconvenience, but the power folding is definitely a nice feature to have. You know, a funny thing that I will mention though, no matter where I drive, I always hear the toolkit rattling. Now, in the rear trunk door, there's this funny looking Lexus branded toolkit to change a tire, and they put it literally embedded in the door. Now, I tightened the screws and it still didn't help, and I took the screws out and I put the screws back and it still didn't help. That's something that's kind of weird to me, especially on a vehicle this expensive and a vehicle like the GX460 that's supposed to be all rugged and everything. I don't get why something like that would be rattling around all the time. When you're on the city streets, it'll definitely get annoying. Another thing that I noticed specifically with the trunk door is that it's on the wrong side of the vehicle, and I'll tell you guys why it's like that. Now, this vehicle is obviously designed for the roads in Japan. So in Japan, that will technically be on the right side of the vehicle. Here, it's completely made it to the incorrect side of the vehicle. And personally, I like SUVs that where you can flip the trunk door up, like most of the SUVs on the market right now. But this has the side door. It's not horrible, it's usable, but you definitely got to think about where you park. If you're in a tight space and you got to open the trunk door to put stuff back there, that's something that you also have to keep in mind with this vehicle. Moving to the infotainment system. Oh my God. This thing looks like it's from a car from 10 years ago, I swear. It is very, very old school. It does not look new at all. I think that's something that Lexus definitely needs to update. Now, I know in some of their other models, they have a much newer system, but I'll tell you, this model specifically is a 2014, and it's the same exact thing in the 2022. All they did was change some of the colorways, I believe, but it's pretty much the same for the most part. Now, to get into the infotainment system, you have home. That'll tell you the location. It'll tell you your outside temperature. It'll also tell you the song you're playing. Right now our audio's off. Has a compass, of course. It'll tell you the weather and all that. Going over to the climate control system. The GX has a dual zone climate control system, so the rear passengers in the second row can select whatever they want back there. And they also have a heated seat. Something that's also kind of funny is this car has a pollen filter. I do believe Tesla has some sort of air filter, but that's something that's always been kind of funny to me. Do I think it works? I don't know. I have really no idea, but I think it's cool if it does work. You can enter your destination over there. You can drag it around to see where you want to go. And as you can see, just me doing this, and even when I've used the other features on the screen, there's such a big lag. It's very slow. It's not touch responsive at all, and it'll glare in the sun. Moving over to your audio setting, you click source, and source will give you things like USB, aux, Bluetooth, AM, FM, all your standard stuff. Then you have your information and apps area. That's where you have your Lexus app suite. You have your fuel consumption, traffic incidents, weather, Lexus Insider. I do think it could be laid out better, like I said before. Like, come on, Lexus, change the colorway, give us something different. Now, moving over to the taillights of the vehicle, it's a very simple stacked light design. There's nothing too special about it. Regarding the trunk door though, I will tell you though, I like that you can kind of flip the glass up. There's not a lot of SUVs that'll still do that. There's some, but the fact that the GX has it definitely makes it more versatile on what you can put back there. Thank you so much for watching another episode of B Harold's Cars. I know today's video was a little bit different. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. What's your favorite car? I'll see you on the next one.